Well, hello, welcome back, my Body Language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language guy, and we are together again in another live after a brief pause. I had to pick up some rest. I have some rest my eyes, rest my minds. I'm taking a half social media break. I said that yesterday on Twitter that I said I'm gonna take a break, like see you in a week or so. But you know how it is. The royal family issues this official photo, and then you know that. Well, we you know how it is with the Montecito duo. My family just released an official photo. People calling them the Fab Four. What are we going to do, Meg? And Megan, well, hold my Archie. I'm going to do this. Let's get started with this photo, this royal photo face off right now. But before, I have something for you that you've been asking, and I'm getting it for you right now. Let me see. Let me fix here a bit. Just a minute. All right. Bit fix here and have this. You wanted aprons? You got aprons. There's a limited edition of my Let's Get Down to It design on aprons, and you got the link in the description of this video too. You know that there comes the time that we will be in the kitchen a lot of time, and we will be saying this sentence a lot, not only in my videos but also when cooking all those delicious recipes that delight our whole family. So you know, you've been warned. There's this for a limited time, my aprons. Let's get down to it from the Body Language guy right in the description of this video, so get yours right now, ASAP. So let's get down to it. Let's begin. We have this picture. The royal family, the Fab Four, the actual Fab Four. You know, we used to think that the Fab Four were William, Catherine, and we thought that there were gonna be Harry and Meghan too, but that never happened because someone cannot work as a teammate. Doesn't like teams. Doesn't like teamwork. Well, you know who it is. But we have this picture. This was this night. I think it was right before the day of the Queen's funeral. And well, we have these expressions that at first sight they could be full of smiles or complete smiles, or that they are smiling. But we always need to be able to differentiate between a genuine smile and a not that full smile. When you see a smile that is not that genuine or not that full, then you know that there's an underlying emotion that is preventing the person from expressing that. And this is the case. Let's start with, I think we can start with those smiles. In my opinion, as well, having read the royal family's body language and many other people's body language throughout the years, the most genuine smile, the most relaxed smile in this case was from Camilla, right? That was the first one we have on the left of the group. I think Camilla had the most genuine and relaxed. I think she was trying to help Charles, that was not going for a very good time. I don't think that Charles felt well at all. You know, his mother had just died. They were going to bury her the next day. So you can see that Charles, of course, doesn't have a real smile. I think I made this close up. You can see that there's this. You can isolate his eyes. If you isolate someone's eyes, you can better see someone's expressions in regards to smiling. And in this case, you can see that his eyes are nowhere near something like a genuine smile or being glad or anything. Okay, there's a vastly different expression between his eyes and his mouth. You can see it for yourself, but you need a high resolution picture. This is the highest resolution picture that I could find, so that helps a lot, because sometimes you see it like a miniature. You're browsing it in your mobile phone. You see their expression, right? Very, very tiny, and you can't pick up those nuances, those facial nuances that are so important to make up a real facial expression. So in this case, you have obvious contradiction between Charles' mouth, which, by the way, doesn't have both lip corners even going upward. The mouth isn't even smiling, and yeah, the eyes are plain sadness. If you see him on a tiny screen, most probably you will think that he was actually smiling. But this is the way that you can see just by zooming in on the highest resolution picture you can find. You can make out these details and see the right story behind that picture. Camila, on the other hand, had a much better smile. I think she was trying to cheer up Charles a bit. Maybe that will be understandable, like being a support for Charles at that moment. I agree that's what she must have been doing, and that will be a great approach to it. Maybe they were not comfortable smiling at that moment, but Camila did her best, and it shined. I gave it to her. She did a great job with that smile. You can see in her eyes. We can see her eyes in this case. You're gonna see her eyes. I'm not gonna spoil one thing in her eyes, but we're gonna see it after we see Catherine's eyes, because this is something that you have to compare, and you can spot, in fact, in real time, when you see a person smiling, you can spot what I'm going to say, what I'm going to reveal, that I've said many times, but maybe I want to go over it once again, about smiles that you can see in the eyes. Let's go for the Prince and Princess of Wales. The Prince and Princess of Wales, you can have the idea that, well, they are doing a much better job than Charles. You know, it's not a job, but you understand what I mean, at smiling. But there's something off. There's something off that I'm sure that many of you are picking up, but can't just tell exactly what it is. And I'm going to tell you what are you picking up. And what is your intuition, which is so important to listen to our intuition when it regards to body language or behavior. Our intuition can tell us, entire books about a person's behavior and intentions. And in this case, your intuition is telling you that somehow his expression is not a real smile; it's sadness. And you're right. It's not as extreme a contradiction as in Charles' example, but you see that his cheeks, William's cheeks, are not really pressing his eyes. All right, he's trying to smile. His lip corners are going up, but there's something in his eyes that are just not there. All right, it's not that he's not there with his mind. He's there. He's focused in the moment. He's grieving. He's mourning the Queen at that moment, but he is not willing to give his full smile, because it's just not something that feels natural to him at that moment. Some of you said that he's upset. I agree. Maybe he's upset. Maybe this is not the moment of being taking a picture. I don't want to take a picture here, but well, you know, this was something that communications of the palace said that, well, we have to take a picture. And by the way, the picture was taken by Chris Jackson. We already know that his longtime royal photographer has made amazing pictures of William and Catherine. And by the way, I've analyzed some of them on my videos. So at least we know that they were comfortable with the photographer, because they already know him and know his work and know that, well, he makes sure to make them look good, which is nice. But even so, William was not comfortable, was a bit upset, was sad. So everything, he was fighting those emotions to try to smile for the camera. So it was not natural to him. But this is way more interesting. Catherine is way more interested, because, and even with a high resolution picture, even with going all in on her eyes, you might think that she has a genuine smile. And I could say, I could tell you, well, it's she can fool you. She can fool you saying that this is a genuine smile, but this is not Catherine's genuine smile. You know that when Catherine smiles, well, everything glows. It's a glowing gesture that just it's like goes all over the place. That smile, Catherine's genuine smile. What is the difference here? I'm gonna tell you this little trick. And this little trick depends on how our face is configured, okay? And usually, it's mostly, I say that 90% of times, our left side, this side of our faces, is gonna be more have more emotion. The expression is gonna be more intense than the right side when the emotion is genuine, okay? You can see that it can flip. If it flips, if you see a right side that's more emotional or expression is more intense, then you can imagine that the person is trying to control that, like trying to force a bit that emotion. When you see Catherine's eyes in this picture, you notice that that difference that her right eye is a bit more intensely pressure, has more pressure than her left eye. Okay, so in that tiny ingredient, facial ingredient, you know that she was not feeling okay. She was not okay with a smile, but she was doing her best job to put up a smile for the camera, because she knew that, well, this is the kind of things that you have to do. Communication says, well, we need a picture. We absolutely need a picture. What can we do? We have to smile. We have to do this. Okay? And that's what I wanted to tell you about Camila's smile. All right? You can see that actually Camila's smile comes much more natural because, in fact, her left eye is just a tad more pressed, more emotional, more intensely, have a more intense expression than her right eye. You can see it right here. It's easy to notice. That is important. So, in this case, in this regard, they were. Let me go back to this the general picture. In this regard, we know that, well, they were not that comfortable. They at least they were with their body language, with their general body language. They were as royal and as as diplomatic as they could be for a moment like this. You know, that's the reason why they are wearing black. And I think the most important message that they wanted to send with this picture is something that is kind of obvious, that, well, even in these situations, even in these circumstances, we are together. We are. They are not calling themselves the Fab Four, of course, but they are sending a message of unity. They are sending a message of unity, and that even it was maybe an uncomfortable moment. It was a moment to feel upset, sad, mourning the Queen. They wanted to project the idea that the future of the monarchy is in good hands and they are looking forward. And that's what the Queen would have wanted to see, even in these circumstances. That's what the Queen would have wanted to see even in her funeral. That spirit, that's the example that she made throughout decades of service. So I think that they were honoring the Queen at the same time with that expression. So I also wanted to talk about the hands of all of them. In this case, well, Charles had his hand in his pocket. I don't know if it's. I usually I've seen many of his portraits with a hand on his pocket. I don't have the experience to say if that's some kind of custom for royals. William has his very usual, classic hand over the other, which is basically his usual royal pose all the time. And in regards to the women, Camilla has a very relaxed hand. The hand is not defensive, but in case of Catherine was a bit defensive. Like her palm, the palm of her hand, the palm of Catherine's hand was completely facing herself. Okay, she was giving more the back of her hand to the photographer, to the camera. So she didn't want to be exposed like that in a moment, feeling that kind of emotions. Maybe she didn't felt comfortable, and the orientation of her hand projected that. In this case, well, I think Camila could have been a bit more pragmatic. I'm not saying that maybe that she didn't feel the same as the others, but in this case, that I think she was much more relaxed than the rest of the group. And props to her for that too. Someone maybe has to do that kind of emotional adjustment. Why not? And the feet. I know that the feet are always important because we usually try to lie or have a mask or try to project. I'm not saying that they are doing this. I'm talking in general that we usually use a mask to conceal our emotions. We usually use our body, know how to move our body to project confidence, but our feet usually are the ones who tell the whole story. In this case, the feet tell an interesting story. I made a version, a lighter version, so you could see in this case that Camila had one foot a bit forward. Okay, she was being very proactive, and it's interesting that Charles was a bit, even in his sadness, even in his mourning, in his this moment of, can I say that, weakness maybe. Well, he was trying to mimic that gesture from Camila. I think that maybe Camila did it subconsciously, like let's put this foot forward, and Charles subconsciously, maybe most probably it was subconsciously because they were just looking for the camera. It looks like Charles' face looks like he was taken almost by surprise. But that mirroring between them not only signal that Camila was a good support of Charles at that moment, but they were mirroring, both of them were mirroring, and they were working very good as a couple at that moment. So that was nice. Different thing here, we have a contrast on the other side. Of course, going back to William's usual classic stance. This is something that you can have a cardboard cut out of William, and that would be William standing. This is classic posture, classic royal posture. Feet almost shoulder width. They are pointing a bit outwards, and in this case, Catherine was even hiding one foot behind the other. This is another signal that she did not feel comfortable at that moment with a picture, not only with her smile, not only with her hand, but also with her feet. She was not comfortable trying to conceal that emotion at that moment. Maybe Catherine is much more emotional in this case. She was having a hard time concealing that emotion. That's why we see this discrepancy, this contradiction, but it's not a contradiction in her, because we see that her face, her hand, and her feet are all telling the same story. So in case of Catherine as a person, we see that all her body language is projecting the same message. So in that's interesting to see. And at the same time, I think we have here, I wanted, since there's so much black in here, okay, it was a bit difficult to actually see what were some of their hands, and I made this another version of Charles and Camila. I just ramped up the lighting, the brightness of the image, so you could see that. Well, you can see that Charles' arm is around Camila and Camila's arm is around Charles. That is a nice gesture. But what is a bit funny to me, saving the distances of the moment, of course, funny in the sense of that is interesting to see, is that Charles' arm is like in front of Camila's. Like Camila's has her arm over Charles. You can see it, right? You can see that here that Camila's arm is at the back. Like she is the one at that moment supporting and protecting Charles. Like Charles needed that protection. Again, this is the same story that we've seen on their facial expressions, we've seen on their bodies, we've seen on their feet, and it repeats on the way their arms were put together. They were embracing one another very nicely, but I don't think this was a comfortable position for Charles, being Charles taller than Camila, and but even so, it was a gesture from Camila to support, in this case, the king, and that's what queens are for, I guess. I think that is a nice expression. I don't have the same picture of enhanced picture of. Let me see if I can do that right now. Let me see if we can switch to. Okay, we can switch to Photoshop here, and we can do some experimentation. And I'm going to some kind of ramp up the brightness here, so you can see that, well, Catherine is in fact supporting William. You can see it, right? She's making the same gesture as Camila does with Charles. She is doing the same. Maybe Catherine did not feel well at that moment, but even so, she knew that she needed to make this gesture to support William in some way, to integrate, to serve as a support. I think there was a nice couple dynamics in this case. It was a great way to project that message that even in moments like this, that, well, almost everyone was broken for days for this farewell to the Queen. Even in these moments, we are a team, we are a group, and we are the ones that are going to take the monarchy forward for now on. And this is a nice gesture, nice way to project this message, because again, as I've told you many times, it's always about a message that you want to convey. And the most interesting part of body language is seeing that all these interactions between the persons and how those interactions not only support each other and support a story, a personal story, but also these shared stories between them. As, for example, how Camila supports King Charles at this moment. That is interesting to see. So we can go forward. Thank you for your super chats and super stickers. I will be reading all your super chats and thanking all your super stickers at the end of this video. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And in case that you want to send an anonymous donation through PayPal, you can do so with the link in the description of this video. You can send a donation through PayPal. So we can move forward. Then this is something that people were claiming, that how come, well, they were smiling at that moment. Well, now you know the nature of those smiles. Now you know it, and now you learn something new about body language and how to spot those real smiles, and which questions have you need to ask when you see that someone doesn't smile properly, I guess, or genuinely, or it's not a full smile. You have to ask yourself, why is this person feeling this way? Let's find out. That's nice to always ask that question, so we can get interested in other people's emotions, and of course be discreet when we try to find out why is this person not feeling good or not feeling well. In this case, well, was pretty obvious, but not every time is that obvious. Well, people were saying, the Sussex squad was claiming how come the royal family was so smiley at that moment. Well, thanks to Harry's grey suit. 2 days after the Queen died, here we are smiling cheerily on the walkabout, not weird or creepy at all. I just wanted to put this picture of the Harkles. I don't think this is it's kind of a discussion we gotta have. This is like a schoolyard argument, but still, I just wanted to share this with you. Very different, this kind of smiles, I must say. But well, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just overreading. You know how all these claims online that I get. That's why I had to have this less than 48 hours of pause. Oh well, we can move forward because this. I knew that you wanted to see this, and some of you have said, "We know, Jesus. We know that you just broke you stopped your social media break just because of this, just because the Montecito queen, you can't live without Megan. No, I can't live without Megan, and she can't live without me. She knows that. She is watching this video. I know she grabbed some popcorn and she's watching this video. She wants to know what I have to say about her, and I'm going to say something that I think for the first time in like forever. This is the very few times that I've seen a picture of Meghan and Harry, and it hasn't made me feel uncomfortable. Let's say like that. It's not like I like the photo, but I did not dislike it at first sight. It's regular Meghan and Harry. It's usual Meghan and Harry, but somehow it's a nice picture. This is from Miss and Harry, man. Well, you know the William and Catherine have Chris Jackson. You know that Meghan and Harry have Miss and Harry, man, who was the one who took that picture of the Tree of Life, but did not have the Tree of Life, but was photoshopped afterwards. But well, you know how it is. Sometimes you have to do a bit of retouching here and there, but that's when it's the subjects, we have the doubts of how many things are fake or what. But in this case, I think this photo is all legit. Their expression as at first sight was nice, especially Harry. I'm going to talk about their expressions right now. Meghan, there's a close-up of Meghan. You did not expect this today, right? I should have included a trigger warning. I'm sorry, I forgot that. I'm still learning the ropes of this, the lives and etc. You know, on unscripted production, video production. But in this case, I would like to know. I'd like to know. Yeah, this is peak Meghan. This is peak Meghan. That she wants to do this neutral expression, a very soft smile, but I don't know why she always has that subtle smirk. Why is that? It's like this, contempt, that subtle contempt. Why just one of her lip corners is going up, okay? The eyes are amazing. I'm gonna say it. The eyes look amazing. The expression of her eyes look amazing in her. The skin tone looks amazing. I give it to her too. Okay, props to Miss and Harriman for finally capturing Meghan's true shade, the real shade. This is not the entire catalog, the Pantone 15 Shades of Meghan. This is the real deal. At long last, this is the one that we should use as proof. Every time we see Meghan from now on in public, we will use this picture as like a comparison, as proof. Let's see what kind of shade is Meghan right now. But I like this expression. Besides that little contempt that always has that bittersweet tone to her expression, that I think she could work on that. Maybe some acting classes could work for that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she could have an acting coach. Maybe that could help, so she could learn to control those muscles and not twitch them at the wrong time. Like in this case. Oh my God, the meme slipped through. Well, this again. I should not use my mouse. Use my keyboard. But Harry looks fine, I guess. Harry looks I could say that the right side of his face, the right side of his face, okay, this one, the right side of his face and his mouth, right side of his face and his mouth, tell something that we haven't seen in a while. A nice story. It's like he could be happy. Could he have found freedom at last? Would he be allowed to feel joy? But there's you notice that there's this contraction on his left eye, which is not a product of a genuine smile, and that what bothers me a bit. That there's a bit of sadness. That's why he is. You're saying that some of you are commenting that he's clenching his jaw. I have my doubts about that. I will give him a pass on that regard here, because I don't see that much tension on his neck. That's something else that I saw in this picture, that I always see Harry really tense, very with a neck real tense, shoulder tense. Maybe he knew that he wasn't supposed to give any speech here, that he was not going to be on stage, and maybe that's how he allowed himself to relax a little bit. This is Meghan's night. She's gonna give this speech. You know, that speech that she mentioned herself like 50 times. I don't know, in 9 minutes. There was so much self awareness, but there's some happiness in here, but also a bit of sadness. That eye is projects. You just have to make that experiment. Just use your hand. Just cover his left eye, and you will notice that the rest of his face has a nice expression. That's what I noticed immediately. It was nice to see that there's some kind of Harry that still enjoys his life, and well, and Nacho is not around. It does not depend on Nacho. You know that when Nacho is around, it's full face display of joy. Well, he's beginning to work on that, I guess. And this is the meme I had reserved for you, but sadly it just slipped under my hand slipped, and I just couldn't do it. Couldn't allow to. couldn't have I just revealed that. Hide the pain, Harold. And in this case, it's hide the pain, Harry. I don't know why it just rings me that bit of sad, that bittersweet expression. All right. Why are you in the comments so mean? Why? I understand you want to make jokes and etc. and make your opinion, but oh my God, why are you so mean? Let's give Meghan and Harry a break. Poor of them. They are just getting started with their freedom. They don't know what to do with so much freedom. They don't know what to do with so much success, and it's overwhelming. So much success that they're having, and that could confuse people. That could make people dizzy with all this overwhelming opportunities that they're getting. We have to understand that. And this is the Chloe. Where did my dear Chloe go? Where is my dear Marco Chloe? I don't see it anywhere. Would it be high on Xanax? I don't know. Or how? I've just seen Meghan's hand like almost limp like this on that finger, that sweet finger embrace. Or maybe they have seen my videos on the Marco Chloe and they said, hey, let's control the Marco Chloe. Maybe she doesn't have an acting coach, but she's got maybe a meditation guru to tell her let the Chloe rest for a few seconds every time you're gonna take a picture. Say let the Chloe rest, and there's a special mudra to let the Chloe rest. And hey, she made this. She made that. She made it, and it also seemed nice, a bit awkward, because they have never did anything remotely close like this. I could be wrong, but well, you know that I've analyzed quite a few pictures and videos of Meghan and Harry, and I don't remember one time that they did the finger pull. Pull my finger, Harry. Pull my finger, and you know what happens next. But yeah, slightly odd. I think they are trying to project softness. They're trying to project kindness. They're trying to project that they are together as a couple, but not in a obsessive, drowning, like crazy way, but in a soft, normal, regular people, normal people way. I think that's what they wanted to project with that gesture, with that odd gesture. I don't know. And this is another thing that people were claiming, that they did not understand that this must have been Photoshop, because Meghan's body proportions do not fit, are strange. And I just went through some of her full frontal pictures, and I noticed that her proportions in every frontal picture are exactly the same. So I have to confirm, nothing to see here in regards of Photoshop, or nothing to see here in regards of there's something wrong with her body. Nothing wrong with her body at all. It's the same. Maybe it's the kind of suit, or dress, or whatever you call that she's wearing. That red suit with that long scarf. You know that well, Meghan has a history with scarves. So maybe this is her revenge, like wearing a long arse scarf. But well, there's no different whatsoever with other pictures that she's got taken of herself, exactly the same proportions. So I think nothing to see here in that regard. Yes, how you dress and maybe the lens of the camera can make things seem different at times. So it's important to make this comparison between pictures to just confirm that there's nothing odd. And it's just maybe our eyes are fooling us. A romper, is that the name? The name of that? Yeah, that red outfit is a copy of Wallace Simpson, and yes, I included that thanks to AH. I suppose that is Amber Heard. Amber Heard lost by a landslide. Texas rules. Queens, here you go. And the comparison, that's how I found it on Twitter. Thanks, Texas rules and Queens. And this comparison, you cannot unsee that. You can't unsee that. You cannot. Okay, so many. I thought this was fake. I thought it was fake. It is not. It was disturbing enough. Why? What is Meghan's plan? I want to know, what is Meghan's plan in this, doing this? I don't know what is the plan. Why does she insist into being compared to Wallace Simpson? Or she wants to actually say like, well, I came to rock the monarchy, and if I don't rock the monarchy, I will destroy it. You choose. You pick. Make a decision. Make a decision about this. Choose. Either I rock the monarchy. You didn't like my style. Well, then I will destroy you, whatever it takes. And there you have it. Even the scarf pattern is the same. Could be a coincidence. It could be not. But how come that in this moment that Meghan knows that so many people is gonna be just focused on her in the Jubilee? In this speech is going to be so important for her because she was going to talk about her, so I guess it was important for her. She wanted to be seen as Wallace Simpson. Do you have an explanation besides? Yeah, I've come to destroy the monarchy, to rock this, to boycott, to what is the other word? defund the monarchy. I don't know how to say this. I'm just making things up. But you know the idea. This could not be a coincidence because it's precisely in those moments when Meghan knows that she's going to be, well, seen by millions of people. She learned to use Google. Yeah, I can relate to that. So I think, and all right, this is another thing about this picture. I forgot to mention that Meghan is full frontal towards the camera, and Harry is a bit towards Meghan, like turning away from the camera, and he's behind Meghan. I've said that many times. There's nothing wrong for the man being behind the woman. This you can see. I have on my Twitter. I could tweet that. I forgot that. I forgot the tweet. I could have included it here. You have so many cover of magazine of fantasy illustrations where you have this muscular man like He-Man. You have this princess, and usually the man is maybe protecting her, and he like as his frame is bigger than the woman's, then it makes sense from a composition perspective that the man should be in the back because he's bigger. If he was in the front, then he will cover part of her body, and to an illustration or to a picture, it would not make sense. Of course, you want to project like you protect her, but you can convey that in other ways. Like in these illustrations, you can see that the man is usually up front to the camera, and it's the woman, the one that is turning to her man. Okay, a big distinction. So that's why many people. This is a manly posture from Meghan, and that's something that she does many other times. People were commenting that. You see that in that other picture that was on that Time magazine cover. Harry was turned a bit away from the camera and Meghan was up front. I think the ideal dynamics for a couple will be the opposite, and that the man should be up front to the camera and the woman turn to the man a bit. It will be much better, and especially to the fact that the man wants to project the idea that he is protecting her. But it's like Meghan is facing the world and Harry is facing away from the world, that he doesn't want to do anything with the camera, with the world, with the audience, with nothing. So it reinforces Meghan's masculine side. You know that every single person, every single one of us has a feminine and a masculine side, and we should be able to manage both sides and take advantage of both sides. For example, persuasion is like a feminine skill. It's a bit more complicated, but we men, we must know how to persuade, because we could just raise our fists and, hey, I'm going to punch you in your face, and that will be a masculine way of trying to get away with things. But we should learn how to persuade, and persuasion is more feminine skill, and that's how you learn how to manage all this well-rounded humanity inside you, with both the your masculinity and your femininity, both sides. In this case, Meghan is showcasing her masculine side in a way that emasculates Harry a bit. Okay, that is no doubt, that is what they are projecting at that moment. That is what ringed to me a bit uncomfortable. And of course, it's not like I don't want to see an empowered woman and such and such. So don't get me started with that, please. And of course, the color red is this powerful, the most powerful, passionate color, and she's using that on purpose, and totally on purpose, to project even more power. But both her posture and both the color that she picked is to project that power. Maybe that's the message that she wanted to convey. Maybe that works standalone for Meghan, but doesn't work that well for a couple. But you know that so many things nowadays with all this woke culture, all this woke nonsense that you want people to this reversal of roles, and I'm gonna call it this reversal of roles that don't make any sense, that are just they say that are some kind of scientific or whatever nonsense they say, but no, it's not like that. Men and women, we have amazing skills each other, and we are different. We have different sets of skills, and the beauty of us is that we as a couple can complement each other in wonderful, beautiful ways. And this woke nonsense just wants to just crush that men, that women can, in every single aspect, be better than men, and that is just not like that. That is much more complicated than that. Women are much better than us in many things, including, and I've said it many times, in emotional awareness, emotional management, and yes, how to teach the newer generations how to manage emotions. Yes, this is something that we can't deny. We have trouble, men have trouble projecting emotions, acknowledging emotions. Okay, and that's why we are just, well, don't feel this, don't feel that, don't feel like this, and that is wrong. We should acknowledge those emotions. That's why it's so important, our relationship with our mother, our sisters, our aunts, our grandmothers, our friends and female friends. We need that, to have that feedback so we can learn from that, and they can learn from us the skills that we have. We can share. Okay, well, this masculinity, this maybe being more powerful. Okay, we can always share with one another wonderful things. Okay, because we have to remember that we are different, and being equal, that we are essentially the same, that is nonsense. That is bollocks. Well, that was my anti-woke rant. You know, I'm sure that at some point, whether it's the Battle Language Guy or the Royal Rogue, or I don't know which other channel, I'm going to start talking about these things, and that nobody will be able to stop me. But until then, I will be focusing on this, well, royal topics. And, well, we will learn a lot of these dynamics, and of course we will be able to apply them in our daily lives. And when you apply them in your daily lives, well, I'll be glad, because that will be that is my objective, my main objective with these videos. Let's read your super chats, but I'm going to switch from this picture. I'm going to switch to a much sweeter picture. I'm gonna say this. Too much anti-woke rambling today. Let's see what you wanted to say, as long as it abides by my rules, my way or the highway. Kate Raven Graham, thanks for your super sticker. I appreciate that. Oh, Little Miss Sunshine, you are a regular here. I'm always visiting here, always sending super stickers. Thank you a lot for that. Miami Jules 1, love your show. Thanks, Miami. Thanks for the super chat. I love doing this show. I thought I was going to do some recorded videos, but I decided to do a live. I like to interact with you, be reading your comments. You see that I'm testing this more clean template or clean scheme. I'm not including the barrage of comments, because you know, there's so many trolls. At some point, is that they can comment, make these comments. My mods can like neutralize those comments, but the system that I'm using will still could show those comments right down below. So to prevent that, if you want to see those comments, you know that in YouTube I'm at the moment just streaming directly, exclusively on YouTube. You know that you can just see your chat on the what, on the right side of the screen, right? So we'll be with this cleaner scheme. No more text. You know where to find me. I don't know. I for the time being I disconnected my Instagram I needed just to reduce the amount of channels that I had, and so much content that I had, and so much people writing, sending me and pitching me, that I needed to say, hey, let's make some like order in here, because I was going insane. And you can imagine that the past 3 weeks have been a total blast in terms of, well, brain overload. So I wanted to take care of my mental health. So I'm not gonna ask you to follow me on my Instagram, but if you want, you can follow me on my Twitter, and you can find my Twitter on the description of this video. Where you can find me and follow me is my Royal Rogue channel. This is my second YouTube channel. You can find the link in the description of this video, so you can watch there the clips, the edited clips, the shorter clips of these lives. So if you're interested on reviewing Meghan's analysis or the royal family's analysis, you can watch it there tomorrow in the form of clips, edited clips. Much better for some of you when you want to rewatch and you want to jump directly. Let's get down to the part that you want to see. All right. Gentleman Jack, so many people have made the comment in chat that this was also the day of the Queen's funeral, but yeah, this picture you mean, right? Not the other. All right, Sarah Rose, I already answered your comment. Why don't you have comments showing? I wanted to clean up, and when comments show here, no matter how fast my mods are, no matter how fast I delete comments here myself, they will appear in here right below my mugshot, my headshot, right? So I think it's something uncomfortable at times that you read these trolls, that the trolls get some kind of attention platform. Okay, so I'm getting rid of that. Let me see. Some of you told me at the very beginning when I started doing this kind of these lives with the chat, was when the Amber Heard trial, that was a lot of noise on the screen. And I've seen other YouTubers that they are much more cleaner interfaces when they're doing live. So I'm going to try this cleaner interface. Maybe we can focus on the analysis itself. We can focus on the content itself, and will be much better this way. For example, I'm trying this. So you have a new scene like this, that I can be talking to you, okay, directly, and answering your super chat like this. I can highlight this super chat from Liz. I don't know. Okay, this comes the super chat empty. Thanks, Liz. Anyway, Caroline Nielsen, more analysis of Australian tour, please. That will be my pleasure. I will do it. There's so much content about it. We have just 3 days left for Valentine Lowe's book to arrive, so we'll be reading a lot. I will be comparing with videos, with pictures. Wow, and that makes sense. We will see when we are able to compare all this content, this text, with this new insights in terms of the pictures that we have already seen, the videos that I have already analyzed, and we have this fresh perspective of what was going on with the Harkles at that moment. All right, Patrice Muni, thanks for your super sticker. Appreciate that. Miss Millie, Methane's chin projected forward in defiance. Let me check that. I want to check that. I want to check if that is not true. Oh my God. See, forward. Defiance. I'm going to give Meghan a pass in those terms of defiance at this moment. I don't see that much defiance in this. How it looks like he can smell her BS. Well, if he could, he would have run away like the sun. I ran so far away. That's not the name of the song, but you know that everyone knows that song by that name. I ran so far away from a flock of seagulls. All right. Karen Lee Johnston, the pig doesn't ring true to me. H looks odd, almost. Yeah, maybe it was that contradiction in his face. That's what you say. This is something out of place. I don't understand what is the odd part in here. Jessica, thanks for your super sticker from Mexico. Appreciate that. On Baran, I appreciate your streams. Hugs from Germany. Oh, it's all the way to Germany. I hope to visit Berlin again. Beautiful, beautiful city. I love Berlin. I love what I remember from that. I remember that I stayed around Stadtmitte. I think is the name of the area I was at some point. Laurie Wilcox. Hello, Laurie. Long time no see. Thanks for your super sticker. Audrey Blankenship. Oh my God, Audrey. Oh my God, Audrey. Don't poke me. Don't poke me that way. I enjoy your anti-woke rants. I would love to follow a channel of yours addressing that subject. I have enough haters and trolls now, Audrey. I don't know what to tell you. I could have a whole lot more when I start talking about masculinity, about how men are losing that grasp on masculinity. What is that doing to women's mental health? So many things that we are, well, people, I'm not me, people are taking for granted, and it's like that could make sense that women are men are exactly the same. No, that is nonsense. We are meant to be different. We are meant to be a beautiful complement of each other. That's the truth. And family. I'm gonna go a bit political now, but there's I said that the Prime Minister of Italy, she went all about these attacks on the family, and I agree. Family is under attack. Family is our last line of defense against the insanity of the world. And there has been a thorough destruction of the family, as well, from every conceivable angle. But well, that's a story for another time. But thanks for the suggestion. I would love to, but yes, I will be a very, very this word. Why some people say controversy and others say controversy? Why is that? Why do you do that to me? Where's my this time I'm using the Merriam-Webster. Let's see. Pronunciation. One pronunciation. Let's see. Okay, in British, it's a controversy. I watched The Critical Drinker a lot. It was one of my favorite channels. That's who I've heard saying controversy. I guess in America you say controversy. Controversy. That is American pronunciation. I've seen British saying controversy. My God, why do you make this so difficult? Why can't you be like Japanese? That is really easy to pronounce. KV Art. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong. All right. KV Art. Wallace thought she was the rightful queen, and so does Harry's wife. So she channels a Third Reich sympathizer to send British royal family a message. The irony, LOL. I agree with you. KV Art. All right. Thanks, Miss Marie Paris Haig. I need to buy your book. You keep me laughing while I'm learning more and more how to observe body language. You're seriously my favorite. Thank you, Marie. If you're not aware, I have a book on Amazon about body language. It's called Body Language in 40 Days. I wrote it a while ago. It was a very I have to say that I have no qualms on saying this. A very amateur production, like 12 years ago. But I've been improving that book until finally the current edition that you can find on Amazon, both in Kindle and paperback, satisfied a level of, I think this can be it. I think this is something that satisfied me as an author, but because, I was paralyzed, and that's also another story. Being a perfectionist, something that plagued my life for decades, poisoned my mind for as long as I can remember, until I had to just drop that. You can see that I always try to do my best with my videos, and my first videos were highly technical, highly polished, everything, but they were a huge expenditure of energy. And sometimes I didn't get the feedback that I needed to move on, so I had to drop that perfectionism in order to be more effective. Okay, effective. You can always be good. You can always be improving, but you should always strive to be efficient and effective. Those two words that are easily confused, but they do not mean the same. But them both will take you far. Being efficient and effective. Okay, those two words, very important for anyone. Oh my God, Dr. B. Harry's smile doesn't reach his eyes. I've seen a similar look in Ted Bundy's pictures. Wow, my God, I will not go that far as to compare Harry with Ted, but it's your opinion, and it's written in a respectful way. So you have the right for me to highlight that. Deborah Goodman, have you heard that Trevor the Ex is writing a tell-all? What do you know about that? I hope it's true. Well, I also know that Trevor, but it's allegedly that he's writing that. That would be fun, of course, but I'm sure he doesn't like the idea of being sued by the Harkles, so he will be tiptoeing about certain matters. He wants to make a quick buck, that's for sure. He wants to have his 15 minutes of fame. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but we will be there for it. I will buy that book, so you don't have to, or you want to buy the book. Who am I to tell you otherwise? Oh, the last. Oh, Firindra. I hope that I'm pronouncing your name right. Firindra Claxton. The last royal picture, no space for Harkles. Oh, no space for Harkles. That sounds nice. For merch, no space for Harkles, or for a heavy metal album, no space for Harkles. I can imagine the single. Firindra again, I agree. I love your anti-woke rants. Maybe. Oh my God, I love watching all these guys. Ben Shapiro, not that much. But I love Matt Walsh is his name, the one with the bird. Matt Walsh is a nice way he presents the message. Very respectful way in many ways. I have to say that. Of course, Jordan Peterson. I always said that I want to talk like Jordan Peterson. Why not? Even if English is not my first language. And why are you saying that about Howie? Why are you so mean to Howie? Laurie Wilcox, first thought of Howie's picture, he is a serial killer. Why do you say that? You can't say that. I know that's your opinion, but love your streams, thank you. But that is so harsh on Harry. He's just trying to project an emotion like joy. He's working on it. That he's coming out as a bit odd, but odd in a funny way in my opinion. But Harry, poor Howie. Howie doesn't want to do that. doesn't know what to do anymore. Should I smile? Should I not smile? What I can do with body language, guys, driving me crazy. Crazy. Crazy is the name. Crazy. All right, American woman. As always, I had fun with the rest of you bodies for a new chat. It's a nice way to finish my work day. I appreciate the humor on a sucky Monday. Oh, I'm sorry that you had a sucky Monday. I think finding freedom, the real finding freedom, is that every day is a great day. Every day is amazing. No, it doesn't matter if it's a Monday or Wednesday or Sunday or my favorite day of the week, which is. You know which is my favorite day of the week? You know what? Can you guess which is my favorite day of the week? Thursdays. Don't tell me. Don't ask me why. But Thursdays are somehow, in my opinion, the best day of the week. Can't explain that. Maybe I don't have a rational answer to that, but I just like them. Oh, and Marie is gonna stalk me. I visited Berlin 2 times yesterday. So that is because I work as a train conductor on long distance trains over here in Germany. If you come travel Germany, I will check your tickets. Oh, you will. I will be with a newspaper, a huge newspaper, and you will be like lower the newspaper. Oh, it's the body language guy. It's the body language guy. Not gonna explain that reference either. And final super chat from Claudia Inman. Oh no, that's another super chat. Thanks, Claudia, for that super chat. And Lisa Booney, happy October. Jesus, thanks, Lisa. Happy October to you too. We are on October. Let's say goodbye to this amazing live. By the way, I haven't been this fluent like in forever. It's like when talking about actual body language, I can be more fluent because I dominate the topic. Ooh, who could have known? But well, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And remember to follow me on my Royal Road channel if you want to see the clips of this analysis. And remember too that you have the opportunity to get your very own, let's get down to it, apron on the link in the description of this video for a limited time. For how long? I don't know. But you know that the Sussex Survivors Club, I said 1 hour last live and 1 hour it was. No more chances. So this is your chance to get your Let's Get Down to It apron in many colors and all the colors that you would like, with the link in the description. So my beautiful body language buddies, remember the 2 most important words: much love and bliss. They will take you really, really far. Until we meet on another video or another live, take care of yourself because I love every single one of you. Bye bye.